Sling. You most likely know them as a company that created a way for you to stream your home TV channels to your mobile device. They've released a new product, Sling Studio, to record and live stream multi-camera productions. So all of that has become that. On the TechCrunch team, we shoot a lot of video. And every once in a while, I come across something that really impresses me. The Sling Studio is a simple, easy to use and set up portable production studio. We have a TriCaster at TechCrunch, and we have all the cable and wires and the setup that go with getting it assembled. Don't get me wrong, it's great and a beast of a machine, but it's heavy and a lot of the time, it's overkill. The Sling Studio simplifies that whole process by making all the cameras wireless and turning your phones into additional cameras you can use with the download of an app. Let's talk about the hardware. The main piece of hardware is the almost 1.5 pound router looking device that has an SD card slot, HDMI input/output, USB Type-C, and an audio jack so you can get a feed from a mixer. It runs for about $999. The battery makes Sling Studio portable and gives you about 3 hours of life. It goes for $149. The camera link devices are what you're able to connect to any camera with an HDMI output to give them a wireless signal to be able to connect with the Sling Studio. They are priced at $349 each. The USB-C expander gives you the option to plug into Ethernet and record directly to external hard drives. It runs for $49. The way that Sling Studio has been designed to fit into your production workflow is quite intuitive and just overall easy. Here's an example of a video interview that I shot. First, I downloaded the Sling Studio console app onto the iPad and then connected the iPad to the Wi-Fi signal created by the Sling Studio. After doing that in the app, I was given an interface on the iPad to interact with the Sling Studio. Next, I connected the camera link to a Canon C100 HDMI output. Once I did that, connecting the camera link to the Sling Studio was a matter of holding down the button on the camera link and flicking a switch on the iPad. After that, I downloaded the Sling Studio Capture app onto 2 iPhones and connected it to the Sling Studio Wi-Fi. And just like that, I had a 3-camera setup ready to film 2 people chatting on a couch. The iPad app works just like a traditional switcher user interface. First, you set up your project, determine the output bitrate you'd prefer for quality, and select if you'd like to record full streams of each individual camera, which I recommend because it'll help you if you have to do any editing in post. More on that in a bit. You have your preview and program, and you can see your other sources. Then it's as simple as selecting the source into the preview and pressing the button to take the feed. I actually found it easiest to just take the feed directly from the sources. In the app, you also have your graphics you can select from, and the ability to set up a live stream to Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Being able to use the iPad as a switcher is so nice and easy. It's like butter. But what's even better is the extension to Adobe Premiere that brings in your edit. After you've switched your live performance and you install the Sling Studio add-on onto Premiere, you can import your entire production with all the cuts and camera feeds. And then, if there were any mistakes during the switching, you can shorten, lengthen, or take other cameras. That honestly was probably one of my favorite features. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. Was that just a jump cut? Damn it! The system does have some limitations, like only being able to connect up to 4 cameras. You can only record to Facebook Live and YouTube Live, but the company says in the future you'll be able to add your own custom RTMP. You also can't add your own custom motion graphics at the moment, but can add still logos and images or use the limited graphics they have available. The lag between what you see in real life and on the iPad is very noticeable. You really have to just focus on the feed and not look or listen to the live action, or it's gonna mess you up. Also, a small annoyance, if you switch between different internet connections, the system doesn't know and doesn't update the info to tell you the speed of the current internet. You have to manually click to update the information. Even with those hindrances though, Sling has created something that lowers the barrier to entry for full live switch productions, and it's awesome. I mean, just being able to fit the whole thing in a backpack and set up and switch a shoot quickly, then edit it is a game changer. If you're running a small production company, it's gonna save you time and money on post-production. And as a bonus, the live streaming is clean. A full-on TriCaster has all the bells and whistles, and we won't be getting rid of ours anytime soon. But if you're looking for a solid alternative to the TriCaster and something cheaper and to add another weapon to your production arsenal, I would definitely give the Sling Studio a go. So all of that has become that.
Swag.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.